one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story comes to us from the New Jersey Monitor, and it's regarding a bill that has people asking, is this a First Amendment civil rights violation? Does this impede on free press? Well, the new bill would restrict the sharing of police body camera footage obtained through public records requests, or what we call here FOIA, with the bill's sponsors saying they are concerned about videos that exploit young women's interactions and are shared widely on social media. But the measure worries First Amendment advocates who call it an overreach. The new bill comes as lawmakers are also considering a revamp of the Open Public Records Act, or FOIA, that transparency advocates say would gut the law, which governs the type of records governments are allowed to withhold from the public. Now, according to attorney Walter Luers, he says because of essentially one bad website or one bad YouTube channel, this is going to criminalize journalism. It's going to criminalize folks who work in good government, and these bills are just bad for transparency. Now, under the new bill, anyone who has obtained police body camera recordings through the Open Public Records Act, or FOIA, and who is not a subject in the footage wouldn't be allowed to share that footage without written consent from each party seen in the recording. So what they're saying is, let's say you FOIA or Open Public Record Act a police body camera video. Before you can put that on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter X, you would have to go and get written consent from each person in the video, or disclosure agreement, as they call it in the movie industry. So how are you going to do? How are you going to go back and look up these people and say, can you sign this disclosure agreement? Like, you would have to do that, and they're going to bring that. I think they're going to mention that here in this story. But to me, it sounds kind of like they are overstepping a little into the area of free press. Now, again, remember too that this is for social media. A lot of these videos, you're not making, these aren't commercialized videos. They're on social media. And I know people will go, hold on a minute, you get paid for your videos on YouTube. Probably 99% of the people, 99.9%, we'll say, of the people on YouTube do not get paid for their videos. And you might say, they're monetized. Right. But they don't get paid for their videos. They don't get paid for their content. YouTube Pay, or what they call Google AdSense, pays for advertising space. It doesn't pay for the content or the videos. It pays for advertising space. So if let's say, car commercial wants to put a 20-second ad in your video, they're not paying you for your video content. They're paying for a space to drop their ad into. And therein is the loophole that these are not commercialized videos. These are simply social media, private freelance content, and you just happen to be getting money for ad space, not for the video content. Remember that. I digress. Let's move on. The bill carves out disclosure exceptions if there is a legitimate public health or safety purpose or compelling public interest in the video's publication. Now, wouldn't most cop watches be of public interest? Wouldn't most stories for social, a lot of these videos for social media, cop watching and First Amendment auditing and so forth, aren't they of public interest? The bill's sponsors say there has been a rise in bad actors requesting police footage to exploit young women on social media accounts. And I just did an editorial on that not too long ago. A 2-minute TikTok video showing a 23-year-old arguing with police before being arrested for driving under the influence, or DUI, has amassed more than 900,000 views. A 17-minute interview cops had with a 36-year-old woman accused of throwing a bottle through a liquor store window garnered nearly 235,000 views on a YouTube account that has more than 5 million followers. And I'm going to tell you, a video where a woman throws a bottle through a liquor store window, that's something I want to see. I'm going to look that one up. But the thing is, they say, so they're exploiting these people. Look, if someone gets arrested for a DUI, if someone's getting, charged with DUI, and let's say they are drunk, they're stumbling around, you're not exploiting that person. You're doing a public service announcement. Look, if you drink and drive, this is where you end up, in handcuffs. So that's not exploitation. Again, that's public interest. That's a public service announcement. You're not exploiting that person. That person put themselves in that position. You didn't say, hey, man, you want to be in my video? I'm going to exploit you. No, that person put themselves in that position. So there's a quote here from a politician. It's being used to demean people, just be really mean-spirited by putting something like that out, says the bill sponsor, Assemblyman Sean Keane, who's a Republican. He says someone has a bad night or they get charged with a DWI or DUI or something, and the whole world can know about it and play it thousands and thousands of times. I just don't see what the benefit to society is. Well, Sean, the benefit to society is, like I said a minute ago, it's a public service announcement. Now the whole world gets to see what happens when you do DWI or DUI. You end up in handcuffs. Not only that, you're saying, well, they had a bad night. It was a DUI. Yeah, the only bad night is the family of the people that get killed by DUI drivers. The only bad night are the families of the victims of that DUI driver. That DUI driver didn't have a bad night. That DUI driver made a bad choice. Get it right. Keane conceded that his bill isn't the final answer, but said the issue needs to be addressed quickly. He said suggesting the bill impedes transparency is a mischaracterization of what we're trying to do here. Penns Grove Police Director Rich Rivera, who has advocated for greater police transparency, said his department hasn't seen any uptick in requests for these kinds of videos. He called the bill a knee-jerk reaction to try and correct social norms, and questioned how someone could obtain written consent from people in police body cam videos who aren't identified. That's what I said. You got to go back and get these signatures. Rivera added that body camera footage has revealed bad behavior among police. A police chief caught drunken driving, say, and wondered if the bill would limit access to videos that could hold cops accountable. It's just one of those instances where we're slow to catch up because technology is ever changing, but the way society is, we can't overregulate it through legislation, says Rivera. He says these situations are what they are. They take place in public and they're there for public consumption. So, and it goes down from there. There's some more things that said. You can read it if you click the link in the description box. But like this Chief Rivera said, society isn't changing as fast as technology with social media now. And someone said that before, you go out, and I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I do believe it was Arnold Schwarzenegger that said before you could go out and you could do things and you could go, you could go accomplish things outside. You could go out and strive. But now with technology the way it is, you just pick up your phone at home and it comes to you. You don't have to go out anymore to try to be successful. That comes to you through your phone or your iPad or your computer. So technology is changing so fast, yet society is kind of like, hold on a minute. What's going on? This ain't supposed to be like this. But I think that one of the solutions is we have to start changing with technology. The social media age now. We're not in the age of watch TV or go outside and play. We're in the age of now you just sit at home and you can see the world unfold right before your eyes versus, before the only way to really see great news was you had to wait for the president to come on and take over every channel. Now it's right there on your phone or your iPad. Does that make sense? So they came up with this bill to say, look, people are becoming famous by their bad actions. People are these poor people are getting shamed on social media. Then they should stop doing bad stuff. And that includes the cops.